For years, Gene Hackman's mansion was not just a luxurious residence. It was also the center of strange rumors and unsettling mysteries. A door remained tightly shut, a room no one dared enter. Not because Hackman forbade it, not because the household wasn't curious, but because something inside terrified everyone. Whispers in the dead of night, invisible footsteps echoing through the halls, and shadows slipping through door cracks. Together, they created an atmosphere so chilling that no one could explain it. The housekeepers whispered among themselves about a room not meant for humans, a place where strange phenomena constantly occurred, yet no one had ever dared cross its threshold. If you're curious about the mysteries hidden within Gene Hackman's sprawling estate and what secrets it might hold inside, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our latest videos. Now, let's dive into the story. Although all these suspicions had been concealed in silence for years, there was one person who knew the truth from the beginning. Hackman's most loyal housekeeper, who had witnessed everything for over 2 decades, finally broke her silence. What she revealed not only lifted the veil on the mystery of the forbidden room, but also uncovered a far more terrifying truth than anyone could have imagined. A series of horrifying events began to unfold. And as the pieces began to fall into place, only 2 possibilities remained. Either the mystery would finally be unraveled, or those brave enough to seek the truth would disappear forever. So, what is Gene Hackman truly hiding behind the door that no one is allowed to open? Did the FBI really intervene, or is some unseen force controlling all the information? Are you ready to face the truth? The secret of the forbidden room. For years, Gene Hackman's mansion was not only a luxurious residence but also the center of strange rumors and chilling mysteries. With his wealth and fame as a Hollywood star, it was understandable that he imposed strict personal rules to ensure his privacy was protected. Yet, amid the grand hallways, exquisite artworks, and lavish rooms of his Santa Fe, New Mexico estate, there was one door that stood out, not for its appearance or because it led to an important area like the library or gallery, but because it carried an absolute command: never open that door. From the very first day they hired staff, Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa made it clear that no one was allowed into that room. Not for cleaning, not for repairs. The door remained locked, and the key was never found anywhere in the house. Whether it was due to a crack in the wall or a broken light, no one was permitted to cross that threshold. This ban wasn't just the whim of a strict homeowner. It seemed to hide something far darker. If it was just a room for personal belongings, why was entry forbidden even in necessary circumstances? If it was a space Hackman valued, why did the ban last so long, sparking rumors that spread throughout the estate? Hackman's mansion wasn't just a large house. It was a place filled with unexplained stories. Over the years, former staff members have recounted strange events that unfolded during the night. As darkness fell and silence enveloped the vast house, strange whispers drifted from behind the forbidden door. Sometimes, they were disjointed whispers with no identifiable source, as if someone were talking to themselves. Other times, a soft knocking echoed, as if someone inside was trying to draw attention. But every time someone gathered the courage to check the hallway, there was nothing. No one stood by the door, no signs of movement. At first, the housekeepers tried to rationalize the sounds. They assumed they were just the creaks of the old wooden floor or the wind slipping through cracks. But over time, the occurrences became so distinct that no one could dismiss them as mere coincidence. A longtime housekeeper shared her eerie experience. "I heard someone whispering, like they were talking to themselves or to someone else." Her voice trembled as she recalled the sleepless nights in the mansion. Others mentioned hearing slow, dragging footsteps echoing through the halls. However, whenever they checked the hallway, it was always empty. No one could explain what was happening, but a sense of unease hung over the entire area around that mysterious room. Gradually, rumors about the forbidden room began to spread. Some speculated that Hackman used the room to store valuable mementos from his Hollywood golden years, unreleased scripts, personal letters, or priceless artifacts he wanted to preserve. However, these theories were quickly dismissed. Because if it were just a collection of personal belongings, why would Hackman go to such lengths to keep it hidden? Others believe the room was more than just a storage space. They suspect it holds a much larger secret, one Hackman never wanted uncovered. Of all the people who served at Hackman's estate, only one stayed with his family for over 20 years, a woman named Marisol. She had witnessed everything that unfolded in the house. Yet she never spoke a word. Marisol wasn't just an ordinary housekeeper. She was the only one allowed close to Gene and Betsy. She prepared breakfast, cleaned the living room, and occasionally helped Hackman sort his mail. However, even the one person Hackman trusted most was forbidden from entering that room. This truth only deepened the mystery. So why, after more than 2 decades of silence, did Marisol finally decide to speak out? Something had happened, an event that made it impossible for her to keep the truth hidden any longer. In a hushed interview, Marisol confessed that she had witnessed something unforgettable, something that had haunted her for years. "I never wanted to tell this story, but when I saw the door open..." She didn't specify exactly when it happened, but her voice trembled as she recounted the experience. "I was walking down the hallway when I saw Mr. Hackman standing in front of that room. He stared inside for what felt like forever, as if battling with himself. Then he stepped in." She couldn't see much inside, but there was one thing that stayed etched in her memory. The light in that room wasn't like anywhere else in the house. Marisol paused, her eyes clouding with confusion. "It was a pale blue, like light from somewhere else." No one knows for sure what the room contains, but if someone who served Hackman for over 2 decades felt uneasy, then the secret behind that door is anything but ordinary. Marisol also mentioned a small but crucial detail most people overlooked. The door wasn't just locked in a conventional way. One day, while cleaning a nearby hallway, she noticed a small carving etched into the wood. 2 interlocking circles with a single line slicing through the center. She didn't know what it meant, but she was certain it wasn't random. The mystery surrounding the forbidden room in Gene Hackman's mansion remains unsolved. Marisol's revelations were just the tip of a massive hidden iceberg. If a single door was enough to keep a man like Hackman awake at night, then maybe what lies beyond it isn't just frightening. It begs the real question: does anyone have the courage to open it? 3701, the Devil's Number. The story of the forbidden room and the secret tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's mansion was already strange and shrouded in mystery. But a chilling new development pushed everything to an entirely different level. The number 701. At first, it seemed like nothing more than a passing detail, a cryptic clue buried in online discussions about Hackman's estate. Yet within days, it became the nucleus of a bone-chilling conspiracy. The theory sent shivers down people's spines. One haunting question echoed across the internet. What does 701 mean? And how is it connected to the forbidden room, the hidden tunnel, and the dark secrets Hackman may have spent years trying to bury? The rumors surrounding Gene Hackman's estate have become increasingly difficult to explain. First, there was the forbidden room with strange, untraceable sounds. Then came the tunnel buried deep beneath the foundation. Next, the suspicious appearances of black vehicles, none of which were ever officially recorded. But just as public curiosity began spiraling into obsession, a mysterious number suddenly surfaced across social media, taking the story to a whole new level. 701. At first, the number showed up sporadically across forums like Reddit, X, Twitter, and TikTok. Just strange, contextless comments. But within days, 701 became the center of one of the most chilling conspiracy theories surrounding Hackman's estate. The theories spread like wildfire as more and more people became convinced that 701 wasn't just a number, it was evidence of a horrifying event that had been covered up for years. On April 16th, an anonymous account on X Twitter posted a strange status. Do you believe in buried secrets? Hackman's Mansion 701 digs deeper. No further explanation was given, but within hours, countless other accounts reposted this status, along with cryptic comments like 701, a number you wouldn't believe. If you know, you know. Or, Hackman and 701 are no coincidence. Or, the tunnel has been sealed, but the truth can't be buried forever. As the news spread, many began to wonder, what does 701 really mean? Could it be a code related to an FBI investigation, or evidence that something horrific once happened beneath Hackman's mansion? Everything took a darker turn when a mysterious TikTok video appeared, quickly gaining millions of views. The 3-minute video, titled 701, The Terrifying Mystery Beneath Hackman's Mansion, began with a chilling whisper. Have you ever heard of 701? The images on screen flickered quickly, showing old photos of Hackman's mansion, the dark basement corridors, and a mysterious wooden door with strange markings that Marisol had once described. But the most concerning part was at the end of the video, where a blurred image appeared, resembling a statistical chart with the number 701 boldly printed at the bottom. No one knew where this image came from, nor could anyone verify if it was true. But that no longer mattered. The number 701 had enough traction to become a conspiracy theory that shook the public's perception. Within 48 hours, Reddit forums were flooded with theories surrounding the number 701. Speculations about the number spread in various directions. Everyone seemed to have their own interpretation, but all of them led to a common conclusion. A horrifying secret had once been buried beneath the grounds of Hackman's estate. One of the most chilling theories suggests that 701 represents the number of bodies found in the secret tunnel. This theory is the most shocking, yet it has garnered the most attention. Those who believe in this theory claim that there is an underground area beneath Hackman's estate, possibly containing hundreds of bodies buried long ago. According to them, 701 is not a random number, but the number of people who disappeared or were murdered in that area. If this is true, the entire situation could surpass anything the public has ever imagined. A mystery not only tied to Hackman, but possibly part of a dark event from the past. Supporters of this theory have cited previous discoveries of a mysterious void found by maintenance worker Richard Langford. When he discovered a gap beneath the floor, it was immediately blocked off by Hackman's real estate managers. Many people began to ask the question, what really lies beneath? An abandoned tunnel system? A centuries-old hidden room? Or worse, a secret burial ground that no one is allowed to speak of? Some criminal investigation experts point out that throughout history, there have been cases where mass graves were concealed beneath structures to cover up crimes. Such places are often associated with underground organizations, serial killers, or even government agencies. If Hackman's estate truly harbors a hidden underground area, it could mean that a series of disappearances occurred there, and no one ever knew. Moreover, Hackman's continuous silence about his estate, along with his strange reactions when the FBI appeared, only adds to the suspicion. If there was nothing to hide, why the strong reaction? Why would a Hollywood star need to conceal something within his own home? And why, after suspicions about 701 arose, did related documents systematically disappear from the internet? If nothing was unusual, the FBI could have easily made a denial. However, they chose not to do so. Those who support this theory believe that if an excavation was indeed conducted beneath Hackman's estate, it could reveal one of the darkest mysteries in U.S. history. But the question remains, who has the authority to conduct such an excavation, and who has enough influence to stop it? And if 701 isn't the number of bodies, could it be a top-secret code used by authorities to classify a specific investigation? This leads to the second theory, based on documents about the FBI's secret investigations into famous individuals or sensitive locations. Some believe that 701 could be an internal FBI code used to label a case that the government wants to conceal from the public. It could be a file related to Hackman or his estate. This could explain why, when journalists asked the FBI for information about the number, they received a brief response. We do not have any investigations related to 701. What's noteworthy is that this response neither confirms nor denies the existence of 701. If it truly didn't exist, the FBI could easily have dismissed it, but they didn't. This vague response only strengthens the belief that the FBI is concealing something. Additionally, posts related to 701 on social media began to mysteriously disappear. On Reddit, some posts about the topic were deleted within hours, and the users who posted them suddenly became inactive. On TikTok, videos about 701 were also taken down without any explanation from the platform. If you're surprised by the story I just shared and want to learn more, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, leave a comment with the number 0. Now let's continue with this intriguing story. This implies that someone is controlling the information about 701. But who are they hiding it from, and what are they hiding? If 701 is truly an FBI code, it could be related to an underground operation, a serial killer case, or a secret involving the elite that Hackman unknowingly got involved in. But what could be so serious that the government had to intervene and bury it? The third hypothesis goes even further, suggesting that Hackman or previous owners of the mansion may have accidentally or intentionally gotten involved with a secret organization. Supporters of this theory point to a series of strange events surrounding the house, including the appearance of mysterious black cars in front of the mansion. These cars had no license plates, no identifying marks, but the individuals inside acted as though they were on a mission. Some witnesses even claimed to have seen the letters FBI on the jackets of some members of the group. But when the FBI was questioned, they neither confirmed nor denied it. Some leaked photos showed a basement door with a mysterious symbol. Those who saw this door reported a strange symbol: two interlocking circles with a line cut through the center. This could be the insignia of a secret society or an organization that once used the location for covert purposes. The systematic removal of online information related to 701 by the FBI or another entity only deepens the suspicion. When journalists tried to investigate further, they received warnings or discovered that previously accessible documents had vanished without a trace. If these elements are pieced together, one could imagine that Hackman's estate was part of a larger underground system, possibly linked to shady activities from decades ago. Did Hackman accidentally discover something and choose to remain silent? Or was he forced into silence to protect his life? These possibilities have led many to believe that Hackman wasn't just a passive figure in this story. He may have been hiding a crucial secret, one so significant that even the FBI didn't want it revealed. What made the story even stranger was the sudden disappearance of posts on social media related to 701. A Reddit user had posted, "I worked there. I can't say much, but what you're thinking might not be wrong. Don't dig any further." Just a few hours later, the post was completely deleted. And when others tried to contact the account, they received the message, "This account no longer exists." Not only on Reddit, but posts about 701 on TikTok and X-Twitter also began disappearing one by one. Independent journalists attempted to reach out to the FBI to confirm whether there was any investigation related to 701, but the official response they received was, "We have no investigation related to 701. This response should have ended the rumors, but instead it only fueled more suspicion. If the FBI wasn't involved, why were these posts systematically deleted? Who is behind this? The story of 701 has gone beyond simple online speculation. It has become a real-life mystery, where every clue leads to more questions than answers. So what does 701 really mean? Is this a secret that Gene Hackman tried to hide throughout his life? This mystery has been buried for so long, and who is determined to keep the secret? The deeper people dig, the more questions arise, and the truth seems to slip further out of reach. But just before the public could grasp the true meaning of 701, another unexpected revelation occurred. A mysterious letter, supposedly written by Gene Hackman himself, was leaked, and its contents sent chills down the spines of those following this case. Just like the public's speculation about the number 701 and the rumors surrounding the secret tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's estate, the tension reached its peak. A new twist emerged that made the story even more chilling. A mysterious letter, allegedly written by Hackman himself, was suddenly leaked on an anonymous forum, sparking a wave of debate, speculation, and new theories about what really happened inside his house. The letter appeared early on May 3rd on a forum dedicated to unsolved mysteries. It was posted by a user with a completely new account, with no prior activity. This person claimed to be sharing Gene Hackman's final words. The letter had no date, no recipient, and no identifying details to verify its authenticity. It was simply a short paragraph, but each word carried a cold, mysterious tone. I have seen things that should not exist. I remain silent because I have no other choice. Once that door is opened, it can never be closed again. With just these 3 simple sentences, the letter sparked a storm of speculation and debate. If this truly is Hackman's final message, what is he referring to? What are the things that should not exist, and why does he say the door can never be closed again? The biggest question remains: was this letter really written by Gene Hackman? Immediately after the letter was posted, the online community split into 2 opposing camps. Those who believe in the authenticity of the letter see it as Hackman's final confession, a late release after years of concealing the truth. They argue that if the letter is indeed from Hackman, it means he had known about the buried mystery in his mansion for a long time, but could not reveal it. This could also explain the abnormal silence he maintained whenever asked about the Forbidden Room, or rumors of a secret tunnel. Those who believe in this theory argue that the phrase, "I remain silent because I had no other choice," suggests that Hackman was forced to keep a secret. Could he have been threatened by an anonymous force if he discovered something so horrifying that revealing it would put his life in danger? On the other hand, skeptics dismissed the letter as a sophisticated hoax designed to prolong the mystery. They pointed out that there was no concrete evidence to prove the letter was truly written by Hackman. The user who posted the letter was anonymous, with no history, and provided no evidence of any connection to Hackman or his family. Furthermore, the writing style was too vague, lacking any specific references to 701 or previous mysteries. What raised even more suspicions was that shortly after the letter was posted, the user's account that uploaded it suddenly disappeared. The post was also removed from the forum within hours, raising the question of who was behind this and why the letter was systematically deleted. As the letter continued to spread across the internet, some people who had worked with Hackman came forward. However, what they revealed only deepened the mystery. A former assistant of Hackman, who worked with him for over a decade, once stated in a brief interview, "There are things he never talked about. He always had a certain look when anyone accidentally mentioned that house. I never saw him truly comfortable discussing it." A former real estate manager of Hackman revealed something even more startling. "There are things I wish I never knew." These stories only fuel more speculation. Did Hackman truly discover something horrifying but chose to live in silence rather than expose the truth? If so, could this letter be his final attempt to leave a clue before everything is lost to darkness? Whether the letter is real or not, it raises a series of significant questions that no one can answer. What did Hackman witness that he described as things that shouldn't exist? Why did he say he had no choice but to remain silent? What did he mean when he said the door could never be closed again? Is this a warning that the mystery will continue to haunt those who try to uncover it? If this is a hoax, who created it, and what was their purpose? One thing is certain: whether real or fabricated, the letter has made the theories surrounding Hackman's estate even more mysterious and harder to explain than ever before. But if there truly is a secret that has been hidden for many years, the final question remains: Will it ever come to light? When this mysterious letter surfaced, not many believed that the story of Hackman's estate had come to an end. But in reality, it only sparked more uncertainty. What truly happened inside that house? Is 701 really a hidden graveyard? What is the FBI trying to cover up? And did Hackman take a terrifying secret to the grave? The story of Gene Hackman's estate and the number 701 remains full of mystery with many unanswered questions. Is there truly a horrifying secret buried beneath the estate? Or is it all just a series of baseless conspiracy theories? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think 701 really means, and what is Hackman truly hiding? If you enjoy mysterious stories and want to explore more unsolved cases, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more exciting content. We'll continue digging into the world's biggest mysteries, so make sure to turn on notifications for our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.